Hello and welcome back everyone to this new series on Python. This series of videos will help you take your skills from beginner to expert level in Python. Do not forget to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon so that you are the first one to know whenever I upload any new video. In today's session, we will see different control flow statements that we have in Python. When we write some programs and we need to take some decisions, like if the first condition is true, then return the first output, and if the second condition is true, then return the second output. In this case, control flow statements are used. Now, without wasting any time, let's jump to Jupyter Notebook and get started. Let me open a new notebook. Click on the drop down, click on Python. So a new notebook will open in a new tab. Let's rename this notebook control flow statements. Click on rename. Two control flow statements that we have in Python are if else, and the second control flow statement is loops, which includes for loop and while loop. If else is basically used when we have to check some condition, and based on that condition we are returning a output. And loops are basically used if we have to do a particular thing again and again. Let's see if control flow statement first. Press shift plus enter. Now first of all, let's see the syntax of if else. Here we will write down if condition colon, press enter, line 1, press enter, line 2, press enter. Now to come out of this if condition block, we will press backspace, else colon, press enter, line 3. So it starts with if condition followed by colon, then line 1, line 2, and then we have this else block. So this is the condition that we have to check, and if this condition is true, then we want to print these two lines, and suppose the condition is false, then Python will print the line 3 that is present in the else block. By default, these lines will come indented. That means there will be some space here to just show that these lines are part of this if block and this line 3 is part of else block. In this case, we can only check one condition. Now suppose you have to check multiple conditions, then we use else if. Press shift plus enter. Obviously this will give us error as we have not given the correct condition and the correct output that we want to display. Now again it will start with if condition colon, press enter, line 1, press enter, line 2, then press enter. Now to come out of this if block, press backspace, else if condition 2 colon, press enter, line 3, press enter, line 4, press enter. Now to come out of this else if block, we will press backspace, else colon, line 5. Now Python will first check this condition 1. If it is true, then we will get line 1 and line 2 as the output. If this condition is false, Then Python will check this condition 2. If this condition 2 is true, then we will get these two lines as the output. And if both the conditions are not true, then line 5 will be printed as the output, which is present in the else block. You might have already seen this syntax in other languages, just that there is one difference in Python. Here we don't have else if, instead of this we have elif. Now let's try to understand this syntax with an example. Press shift plus enter to come to a new cell. Now we have to check if a number is positive or negative. So we will define a variable x and assign value 2 to this variable. Press shift plus enter. Now let's check the output of variable x. Write down x, press shift plus enter. So value 2 is stored in variable x. So we have to check if x is positive or negative. So if x greater than 0, that means we have to check a positive number, colon, press enter, print, open round brackets, then within double quotes we will write down positive, closing round brackets, press enter. And if this condition is not true, then else, colon, we want to print negative, within double quotes we will write down negative, press shift plus enter. Now here you will see that value 2 is stored in variable x and value 2 is positive. So first, this is the condition that we have given. We want to check if x is greater than 0. If it is true, then we want to print positive, and if this condition is not true, then we want to print as negative. Let's see with another example. Let me here write down -2, press shift plus enter, again press shift plus enter to see what value is stored in variable x. So -2 is there in variable x. Let's again see the output of this if else. Press shift plus enter. So now you all might have guessed it that x is negative as -2 is stored in it. So Python gave us the output as negative. Now let's see one more example. Let me assign value 0 to variable x. Press shift plus enter. Let's see what value is stored in variable x. Press shift plus enter. So value 0 is stored in variable x. Now let's see what output we get if we run this if else. Press shift plus enter. So here you will see that we are getting the output as negative, but we know that 0 is neither positive nor negative. So here first of all, Python is comparing this variable x that has value 0 in this condition. So here we are checking if 0 is greater than 0, which is false. So this condition is skipped, and the else condition that we have is print negative. So whenever this condition will be false, then the statement that is mentioned in the else loop will be printed. So in this case, negative is getting printed as the output. Now what we can do is make use of elif. So here let me write down if x greater than 0 colon print positive, press enter, press backspace to come out of this if block. Elif x equal to 0 colon. So in Python, to check if a value is equal to something, we will have to give double equal to sign, press enter, print within double quotes 0, press backspace to come out of elif block, else colon, press enter, print within double quotes negative. Now let's see what output we get if we run this, press shift plus enter. So here you will see that we are getting the output as 0. So first this condition was checked. As this condition is false, this statement is skipped. Next, Python is comparing variable x with 0. If value stored in variable x, which is 0, is equal to 0, then we want to print as 0. So here we are getting the output as 0 because this condition is true. So in this way we can make use of elif to give multiple conditions in case of if else control statement. So this was all that I had to cover in this session. I want everyone to practice few examples that will help you to become familiar with the if else control statements. In the next session, we will see the other control flow statements that we discussed in the start of this video, which are loops. So we will be discussing in detail both the for and the while loop. Thanks for watching this session. I hope this session was helpful. Do not forget to click on the thumbs up button if you like this session. See you in the next tutorial.